Hello friends, the prelims 2024 question paper you might have seen. I have been repeatedly saying that newspaper reading is one of the most important aspects of this exam. In order to make you understand that newspaper is the significant part of this exam, I thought of making this series of videos in MoAGazette. Already I've been making these videos in small quantities. This time I thought I will make such videos of important editorials and texts which are very essential for examination, and more so by this I thought of inculcating this habit of reading newspaper rather than just getting sources of information from all these current affairs. So let us go into the video.
Newspaper, which is July 10. You can check this article. It's very important for GS paper 1, where it is talking about the social issues pertaining to tribal areas, and also anyone who is from an anthropology background or anthropology optional should look into this article, as it is very important for paper 2. Now look at this article. It talks about maternal health care for tribal population, or an assessment, geospatial assessment. So anyone with geography as an option also can look at this article. Such articles are very important. You should look into their details very carefully. This is an article, or this is a paper which analyzes public health facilities in tribal areas and their timely access. It is an article written by Kumar, Vijay, Tripathi and Tulika. This is an very important article is what I feel. You can note this, or anyone writing mains, please note this data, which is over 17% of our global maternal deaths in 2020. India is responsible for that. This data you can quote in any GS paper 1, 2, anything, but this is a very serious fact, because it hinders our social development goals, and very closely if you watch, India is one of the most prominent person in this development growth or this conferences. Hence we have to do something for reducing this maternal mortality, and the child outcomes also as a result will improve, is what is this article talks about. This article usually we talk about the socio-economic factors. That's what they talk about in this article. They say that usually we talk about this, and we have schemes like we have maternal benefit schemes, so many maternity benefit schemes, Janani Suraksha Yojana. You have so many important schemes which can help in improving the financial conditions as well as improving the societal norms. You have Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, which is for the transformation of attitude of population in India. But this article specifically, or this is one, and one more issue that usually we talk about is the infrastructural lacking. That's why we have this national health mission is there, where you are building all these hospitals for our improvement in the access to health and healthcare. But this article specifically, this is a paper by Vijay Kumar and others, which talks about the geospatial perspective. Like this, you have to give an different perspective in your answers. You have to note down all these things. It talks about the timely access. Other things, social and economic factors is what we usually talk. It talks about the geospatial perspective. As we go along, you will understand what it means. It takes a case study. The case study is Gujarat. In Gujarat, the tribal population constitute about 14 to 15%. This can be looked at in terms of the distribution among their districts. But we just have to know the basics. You just know that the distribution in overall 14% to 15%, mostly concentrated on south and northern areas and northwestern areas. You can look at the division as to the in the map. Please look at where these districts are and how the spatial distributions are. Now this article covers car, motorcycle and walking as the mode of transportation in order for the access, geospatial access to all these important tertiary, secondary healthcare facilities. And what this article talks about is that according to this Indian public health standards, we need to have hospitals or access to hospitals catering to population, and the close access should be there. But what they have found is that many of the rural and tribal residents, they have inadequate access. This is the point. But usually we have schemes. For example, we have National Health Mission. We have so many missions which enable concentration, not enable, which help in bridging the access to healthcare facilities. But what this article speaks about is that the concentration is in the urban areas. Hence, the women of the hinterland, especially the tribal, women, are disadvantaged. You can look at this very closely. They give a data about how the pregnancy care happens, the antenatal care or the care which happens before delivery, and how much facilities are used by people for giving delivery and post natal care. This is an good number, not good number, but okay, 80%. They say that antenatal care have 90% deliver in the health facilities, 92% post natal care. But what this article finds out is that the distribution of the hospitals are such that there are southern districts. You can look at the southern districts near Maharashtra. They are having access to more healthcare facilities, but the northern area near Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, they find it a little bit lower. This is the distribution or the geospatial distribution that this article talks about, and this results in varied maternal child care improvements details in all these districts. And hence what this article talks about is the significance of the transportation constraints in all these areas. The transportation to all these facilities is very important in terms of the improving all these maternal benefit, not maternal mortality rate and child mortality rate. You can reduce them. We usually concentrate on social norms for this, but you also have to concentrate on the access to transportation for these things. But now come to this point, you can also think about why in some states, in Karnataka, in Tamil Nadu, and in some other states, they give this transportation for women, access to women transportation for empowering them. And there is a huge debate between whether it is a freebie. Freebies, you can say that there are many categories of freebies, but this is a very important enabler for the women of the household, because look at this data. They say that in Gujarat, 50% of the households live away, 25 kilometers away from the tertiary care. So in case of any emergencies, how the access be done to these households is a question mark, and hence the number of women not able to have proper health care during all these pregnancy remains high. And as a result of which, you also get these the data, not the data, the sustainable development goals, it actually goes low. This is the article which talks about this. Infrastructure is important, but in case of critical factors for the child and mother's health, this distance and time, or what this article talks about is the geospatial distribution of hospital is very important and crucial, as equal as for social and economic reason. And they say that social economic reason will actually compound this disadvantage more, and hence these socially disadvantaged population should have more access to these the government hospitals through the public transportation, because to private hospitals and their travel expenses, they are not feasible for populations, especially tribal population. This is an article you can look at once, and I'll maybe share it in the group as well. As I keep repeating, read one newspaper and it will be very useful for you. This is an important article for anthropology as well. Please note down this Minds of Aspirant group. You can have more such articles present in this group. You can also put your doubts in this Minds of Aspirant. I will be very happy to make such videos. Thank you. All the best.